That is a prideful walk, gentlemen. That is a walk of success, of excess, of happinesses. And I have to tell you all, folks, that when you have, good morning, guys. Good morning, folks. This is the Lindsay Flanagan Courthouse, where we will we'll be enjoying conversations about win number 6. This is the wipe your smile off your face case. And happy wipe a smile off a Judge's Day. So the most important factors is that the guest prosecution from Arapahoe County filed a motion to dismiss this morning. And because of that, our star celebrity has a taste of the Fantastics. That star celebrity will be appearing momentarily as we allow some extras to come on. But this is the Lindsay Flanagan Injustice Center, where so many crimes are committed on a regular basis. This is the Van Cleese Detention Center. This is a jail in addition to other things. I promise you that the law offices of Robert J. Corey Jr. and Associates had nothing to do with our joy of celebrations today. But good morning, all. Yes, we are following each other, and what we are following is the fact that I'm alive, and there are some people who will not be part of our conversations today. Eric will be gathering his conversational content from the another courthouse. We're all so busy and in so many places this morning. So, wait, Portillo's. Who said Portillo's? I want Portillo's now. I'm going to send you Portillo's next month. Freddie, why don't you just come to Colorado like so many famous people do and hang out with us, do a show, bring the Portillo's with you. We'll have an event of it. This is, yes, I forgot the tripod, which I meant to pack because I thought I was going to need to use this morning. But anyway, listen, guys, I'm just going to, you can't, got to go to work. Okay, well, I appreciate that. We're watching them lawn mow this morning out here in the shady area. There are all these people taking their bikes to work and to court. That's a nice little number for the number of people that are here today. I want to celebrate. I want to celebrate with our star celebrity. The injustice of it all is that somebody is being married today, being married to a federal potential lawsuit for unlawful arrest and harassment and anxieties. But we can't talk about all of that. Holy shit. You're gonna, Freddie, I am nowhere near a computer other than the one in my hand. And we'll have to try to Gmail me or something. Another thing. So listen, guys, I'm just gonna get to the point. Somebody was arrested for saying, wipe that smile off of your face. They were arrested at their home while taking a nap. They were forced to endure the sufferings, the inhumanity of this detention center. This detention center is a jail. It is a home of some not nice things that happen around here. And is that Miguel? No, that's not Miguel. And so these not nice things that happen around here are people going to jail and being accused of threats of the felony level. Why would these felony level threats be taken so seriously? Because you tell a judge that maybe they should wipe the smile off of their face. I'd love to wipe the smile off of your face today, but you can't wipe the smile off of my face. And where's Eric? Eric's in Jefferson County on another case, not involving himself. I'm at a case down at the downtown compounds in a case not involving myself, but where I was a witness to. I was an attendee of, and such violences were not present. So we've got some steps to do this morning, but I was trying to go live and excited. We do a lot of court support. That's right. And hopefully our star will make himself available soon, because everybody is just dying in anticipation. The star of win number 6. Win number 6 is the wipe your smile off your face case. But because of our efforts to keep some things... Thank you. But we have to keep some things in a different perspective. And so what we're doing is we're awaiting the arrival of our star. In the meantime, folks, enjoy this shaded view with emergency vehicles that are parallel parked in this setting. I love it. I love these things, guys. Do you understand? There's reasons that we cry out against the ridiculousness, right? This is an emergency vehicles parallel parking only. This is for Gaylord Sales and Leasing. There is absolutely a sheriff's badge right there. 94.32. Denver, Deputy Denver, City and County Seal. That's an old badge, isn't it? I don't even know if they use that one. It might be a pocket badge, huh? Anyway, there's a badge, and it's in the window for emergency vehicles only that are parallel parked. And this vehicle is obviously parallel parked. CWH 563, right? And this is the Cone elevator, and they're obviously parallel parked as well as an emergency vehicle. This is the fun stuff you have in the morning. All these fun people. See, if Eric was here, he'd be telling everybody happy Fuck the Cops Day. Yeah. Yeah, see? Pulling, see? That's right. That's right. Go tell him. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain. Happy Fuck the Police Day. Sorry, I'm feeling jovial this morning, guys. Those cars are not parallel parked. Well, they're parallel parked to each other. You're absolutely right, Eric. They are parallel parked to each other. It's wonderful how the rules are followed. It must be like the JDR form that has got the ISO date 7 of 2006. Because no court orders in the Colorado State Supreme Court have changed since 2006 regarding applicants for public defenders. Have they, Eric? No, we know the answer to that. There have been no court orders. Hey, Chris H. Chris A here. Hey, Chris M. And hello, Chris, and get off my nuts. And oh, nice. I had to say that out loud. Colorado or Oklahoma Community Watch. Yeah, we appreciate all you guys. It's a very mundane morning this morning. We are just enjoying a quick live stream. Hopefully we're going to start putting some people to work today, doing some job interviews. But before that, we're going to have to interview our key hero today. Oh, look at this car. This car, 750 NIY. We're gonna interview this person that came in here like that. That's beautiful. So this car seems to have a sticker that says temporary emissions exempt vehicle, but I don't think this is a police car or anything. What do you guys think? Is this an emergency vehicle? Give me a 1 if you think that this is an emergency vehicle, and 2 if you think that this is just a normal human being in their car. Good morning, everybody. 69? What does that mean? Look at all these cars here. These cars don't belong here. This is just a travesty. A travesty. Vehicle. I love it, guys. This is how shit just threes, 2s. Yes, I love it. This is just amazing. Good morning. Are you an emergency vehicle?
What's that?
Are you an emergency vehicle?
I'm not.
Are you parallel parked?
No, neither are these. What's it to you?
What the fuck are you doing here then? Do you not know how to read the sign that you parked in front of? None of my business. It is my business. I'm the people. And the people obviously recognize there's a sign there. How about you, sir? Are you an emergency vehicle? Do you have a name and badge number? Should I tell him, hey, your lights are on? So you guys could call the Denver Police Department, ask for tickets for these vehicles that are illegally parked. No signs of permission slips or purposes other than the fact that they're just parked here, not parallel parked, are they? These are highly skilled drivers today, folks.
Legal system are not part of a conspiracy. Even as smart as I am, the tendency spheres.
Hey, you're getting too close to the microphone, folks. Does somebody recognize that voice? It might be a voice worth talking about. So, hey, I've got to have you on camera, sir.
I'll see you guys later.
Have a good one. I've got to have you on camera. Oh, my God. Who is that, folks? Is that Robert Chase?
It is.
It is the infamous wipe that smile off of your face, Chase. Now, I want to tell you how much this man is my hero because he walked the entire parade route for Martin Luther King Day with a megaphone yelling at a bullhorn, I should say, not a megaphone. A bullhorn yelling.
A megaphone is not amplified, a bullhorn is.
I see, yes. Yelling at our current mayor, Michael Hancock, murderer of hundreds and destroyer of many. So bootlicking cocksuckers will not be cited. No, they will not. So Robert, what happened today? Why are you smiling?
I am vindicated partly. I mean, I have been from a mental jail.
Okay.
Or at least out into the antechamber, or the lobby, because to abuse the law in that way once, I've seen it happen over and over again. It must happen to me. They could do it all over again.
Now wait a second. How was the law abused?
The law was abused because to charge me with a felony.
A felony.
4 felony.
And
serious crime for a remark which, although not protected political speech, because it happened in a courtroom, was no threat of retaliation against a judge or a witness. And that's what I was charged with.
And so you walked into court today, knowing that you were expecting to have a continuance or your case moved on to Arapahoe.
And Assistant DA for Arapahoe County appeared today.
And said, we're not dealing with this bullshit, right?
Yes.
They said dismissed.
And I asked Mr. Harris,
Nope.
Sorry.
Bad boy. You asked somebody. Doesn't matter. You were pushed to dismiss, right?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
I asked him if he had done it, and I didn't get a straight answer. I gather that he did. Whatever he said to the deputy DA,
Got it.
the balance, and yeah,
Okay.
and got it properly dismissed now, instead of dragging me through the mud for years.
Right. So now, basically, what we have to recognize is that you were arrested
Yes.
fraudulently, misuse and abuse of powers that the courts chose to immediately dismiss, and
I was
of course,
arrested on
but
the sworn statement of both the alternate defense counsel and the prosecutor in the courtroom on March 23rd, the day of one of Eric Brandt's bond hearings, that I had made threatening statements that I did not make, and which did not constitute threats. Each of
so
what they
do
said
you
I
know
said.
what our jobs are next?
To keep to keep fighting the power? I don't know what.
So to fight the power, we must have the audio and video transcripts, and that means you need your discovery.
Absolutely. Except the discovery can't. It's not discovery now. It's just because the case is dismissed. So the process
So it's the
of
evidence,
discovery
okay.
does not proceed.
Uh-huh.
But
Yes.
the transcript request, nonetheless, is in.
Okay.
Should be in. And so
And what about the video from the sheriff's department?
well, that's what I asked for. I specifically, Eric put in a request for both the transcript of the proceedings and the audio and the video recordings. I just asked for the audio and the video recordings because that's that's the essential evidence, and that is what would. But the whole transcript will be of interest, and if there's any possibility of proceeding against the
Government for false prosecution?
I don't think there is, but
I
it's
think
possible.
there is.
There should be discipline, at least meted out to those lawyers. It would be a very bad way for this magistrate. This magistrate was just appointed, and I think that may have featured in the impetus to prosecute me. He did not wasn't even able to clearly identify me when the police had launched a whole investigation as to who I was, which counters the idea that it was all a conspiracy. They claim to have had to identify me. And I'm relying on information Eric supplied, and I don't even know how he obtained it, because I haven't been able to sit down with Eric to find out long enough.
It's funny how we come up with our stuff sometimes.
Well, Eric's very good at getting information.
So that guy's got to be an undercover cop, by the way. Got a badge around his neck, but no IDs.
Just a badge.
Just a badge.
Just a badge.
Just another piggy. But we're looking at the use and abuse of city regulations here, parallel parking as emergency vehicles in the tow-away zone.
Signs. And
Nobody reads the signs anymore.
Not the cops and not the other people either.
Right.
I had a scary experience. Driving in Denver has become a surreal experience.
Yeah.
I had encounters over the span of 5 minutes on residential streets yesterday that just boggled my mind.
Boggled your mind. And again, you boggled mine this morning, because here you are. You were going to take a nap, if I remember correctly, Mr. Chase.
I had smoked some cannabis. I was very tired. I was just passed out, and then there was an insistent knock at the front door. And I opened it. For an instant, I thought, political canvassers? But no, it was two plainclothes detectives and an uniformed policewoman there to arrest me for what had happened 5 weeks prior at Eric Brandt's bond hearing. As I say, Eric had a totally routine bond hearing. He was given a $5,000 bond on a very serious charge, a Class 2 felony. He was alleged to have assaulted a police officer.
Oh, wait. So this is actually Mayor Hancock's fault, because
Indirectly.
because
I might
this
say that.
this is the event that you're speaking about is
I'd rather not try to tar Mayor Hancock with this, but he's bad enough,
but we can always tar and feather
Go ahead.
the mayor.
If you want to blame Mayor Hancock,
So,
go ahead.
so Eric's bond hearing was over whether or not he punched a cop or assaulted somebody.
Well, no, it was a absolutely routine pro forma. He was in jail at the time behind the glass. He had to be either assigned a bond or not.
Right.
And they gave him a bond.
Yes.
And it was $5,000, which is a lot of money. But considering the seriousness of the charge, it was a totally routine proceeding. And the
Yes.
lawyers in the courtroom and the magistrate had that in their mind, and the magistrate gave him the bond, and he was smiling at the end of the proceeding because it was a job well done. He was just appointed to his position. Everyone wants Magistrate Rawlings to come up in the system and proceed to become a judge and move on to send people off to prison. And so I wanted to challenge his complacency. Abide Irizarry, Liberty Freak TV, made a declamation against injustice in relatively measured tones and implicated the magistrate and the court.
Why was that? Why was that? Do you know? Do you remember?
Why was?
Yeah.
Why? Because
area restriction.
No.
They had implied they had finally gotten Eric on an area restriction.
I don't think that had to do with the campaign appearance.
That was the appearance.
He wasn't charged with that I know of. He was charged with assault on a peace officer.
Right, but they got an area restriction on him finally.
Yes.
And that's why we were all angry that day.
Oh well, as far as I know, that is
Okay.
separate. He and Karen were at a campaign event, not within the area restriction.
No. That day in court, that magistrate that needed to wipe the smile off of his face gave Eric an area restriction.
Oh, did he?
And they were all excited that they finally see. This is how
I believe that's correct.
I believe that might be the day, but we'll go back in the video and review it.
No, because it was just a bond hearing for Eric on the charge of assaulting a peace officer. And it had nothing to do with his activities on the 16th Street Mall. And no area restriction. He was
No. Listen.
Yes.
Let me repeat myself so that you understand it clearly. At the bond hearing,
Yes.
they issued Eric his first ever area restriction of the 16th Street
I think
Mall.
that had already been done.
I don't think so.
Well, I could be wrong.
I think that was a new
It
thing.
doesn't make sense that this would be conjoined with the bond hearing. The bond hearing was only on the charge of assaulting a peace officer, and that was at the campaign event, and I don't know exactly where that was, but I don't think it was near the mall.
Either way, one way or the other.
Relate to the protests on the mall.
The reality of the fact is that you said to the magistrate or something along the lines of
Liberty Freak said this is a just proceeding, and then I said the magistrate was still smiling because he was confident that they'd done what they were supposed to do for the day. I had been muttering imprecations and indicating hostility. I was complaining about the fact that he was like 40 minutes late before he showed up, and both the prosecutor and the alternative defense counsel, the two lawyers in the room, the two acting lawyers, did pick up on this, and I think that colored their subsequent perceptions. But when I said wipe that smile off your face, I was challenging his complacence. I wanted to say, I was reinforcing what Liberty Freak was indicating. It's an unjust proceeding because they were trying to railroad Eric Brandt into felonies that he had. He was assaulted by unidentifiable police.
person. So yeah, there's just a security detail.
He was charged with a Class 2 felony as a result. So the proceeding was unjust, and the participants in it shouldn't have been so satisfied and a job well done. That was what I was challenging by saying, wipe that smile off your face. And in what happened after that struck fear into my heart, because the magistrate did not address me. He sort of turned half in the direction of the prosecution clerk and said, am I being threatened? Which is an insinuation. It's a rhetorical question. It's an insinuation. I couldn't see the prosecutor, but Eric could from behind the glass, and he said that she was making frantic gestures. Oh yes, Judge, you're being threatened. I didn't see that. I was still angry and upset, but somewhat
And walking out the door.
No, not at all. I stayed there. I said, he asked this question, not of me. Had he turned to me and said, am I being threatened? Had he fixed his eyes at me and said, am I being threatened? Or had he looked at me and said, are you threatening me? I certainly would have had the presence of mind to say no. However, because this was an insinuating rhetorical question, I hate insinuation, and I was angry and upset still, I said, you're an idiot. And I said, you're an idiot by way of telling him, I'm not threatening you, I'm insulting you. And the magistrate, still smiling, said, I'm an idiot. And then the magistrate didn't say anything, to me really at all. But the bailiff said, okay, come on, you gotta go. And I said, but the magistrate hasn't said that I have to. The magistrate would have been fully within his rights to threaten me with contempt of court for speaking out during court. But he'd never even directly addressed me. And Then the bailiff insisted I leave again, and I did so. 5 weeks later, they were at my door to arrest me for non-existent threats. They claimed that I said, I am gonna wipe that smile off your face permanently.
How much is that smile gonna be there when you get a paycheck for this?
I hope, but it's, I am thinking in those terms, but
2 or 3 years down the road, probably.
it'd be wonderful.
So we're gonna have to go contact some lawyers.
But it wouldn't have been a bad. So the police persuaded this magistrate to file charges. He wasn't willing to file charges immediately. They launched a big investigation looking at Eric's videos where they could find me, hearing him call me Robert, finding out that I was friends on Facebook. Eric found all this somehow out from the pre-discovery. I don't know how he managed it, but this is
Probably the probable cause statement that we
Yeah,
could
he saw
walk into
probable
that
cause.
course, into that room, and I could just order
Okay.
it.
Well,
I
he
could
has
order.
probable
It's a public
cause
record.
Where and what is it? The clerk should have it.
It's over there in that room. Would you like to go get it now?
That would be a good thing.
Okay, guys, we're gonna
I don't think they're open. Are they open? Yeah.
Yes, they're open. They're open. So after that, we should go celebrate before I have meetings.
Sure. I should call my mommy.
You should call your mommy and tell her that you're good to go. Aww. Did you call her and wish her a happy Mother's Day?
I did.
And tell her that you were facing felony charges?
I had already told her.
Oh, you had already told her. She'll be so happy and proud.
It's not. It isn't. It's good news, but I have already been depending on my mother too much.
Well, the good
Up till
news.
the age of 60.
The good news is that you are.
So to have to hit her up for a lawyer.
Happy
too,
fucking Cops Day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh yeah.
So need your jackets to come over.
Hi. How are you? Oh, okay.
I'm in road mode.
I know. You just got to remember that we're old hats at this. Yes, and congratulations.
Thank you.
On getting broken in a little bit, I think.
This is not the right way to break me in. I don't want to go to jail for anything. Yes, I think of other people fighting in the streets, but
Right,
not
that's-
me.
Other people, not me, huh?
Even if it doesn't set off the metal detectors, sometimes they don't see it. If I could just have my you in this space.
Okay, here we go, folks.
What are you doing?
Thank you. You too.
Huh? You got the bag right there. I got it. Because I can. No, I always film the police, right? I mean, it's how you free the people.
It's good.
Yeah.
Can you show me what this is right here?
Huh?
Can you show me what this is? Right
Yeah, it's straws.
Can I see it?
Yeah, it's in the front pouch.
Give a good day.
Cut the Plastics, my handle on YouTube. And my friend Eric Cops Brandt is on the Eric Brandt Show.
I need you to open your bag for me. I'm not gonna go in your bag. Thank you, sir. You have a wonderful Wednesday.
You too. A wonderful Wednesday, folks. Thank you. See, I have my big container of cannabis. So,
Have you had to show your
I'm the reason.
authorization for it?
I am the reason that all HSS employees are trained on how to read marijuana licenses for this entire city and county of Denver.
Really? Who is being trained? Everyone for HSS is being trained?
Yes, they all had to learn the process of accepting cannabis.
That incident resulted in
Yes.
changes in the training procedures.
Catastrophic changes in the training procedures.
I wondered whether there was any point to it at the time, but I guess I was wrong again.
Do you see how we are videotaping all the police officers that are here?
I don't disagree with it. I just have questions about
Can you pull for me?
getting up in their face quite so far. This is traffic.
Yes, go ahead. We were coming in
the
here.
right place?
Pull. Yep.
Okay. I thought it was 104 there.
No, you're beautiful folks right here. He needs to get his
don't have the-
probable cause statement.
I don't have the case number.
You don't need it. They have it for you.
Chase.
And when you done with him,
11,
I think
26.
you're the one that helped me with the the bail from one to the other for the jury. It didn't work.
Well,
No,
this year.
please.
2019?
Yes. There should only be the one.
Well, you have to get broken in somehow.
Okay, are you able to?
You have to get broken in initially. So
Oh, that's old. Yeah, no, there's no criminal cases launched against me.
I mean,
And the traffic cases were rather are years
it was
old.
just dismissed this morning.
something I would done for not being. Do you have an ID?
I do.
Otherwise, if you're able to see it today, 2023.
It should be a public record, isn't it?
There's the track number, dashable information on that.
Got it, because of his information is on there. So anybody else who gets it would have your
Redacted
name
version.
and address
Just
scratched out.
Aaron, apparently.
Right.
Somehow.
That
They
would be
didn't
the
supply me a
case.
copy.
Well, that's why we're here getting it for you
But the
now.
information has stuck in my mind, of course, because
You're not able to pay the 35 today, or sorry, for 50 today, and then they can work something else, you okay?
So, Loma, 31276.
Okay.
I wonder
And I
about.
remember we
you know,
were trying to get, maybe Sparkville.
I guess it's just various fears.
Memory,
Yes.
bond from one case.
So it was not the bond, it was the jury fee, perfecting the jury fee.
And which one was that coming from?
There's only two cases. That was like, one was dismissed back in November, I think is what it was.
Is it for the
So there was a distributing the piece.
disturbing the peace here? Jury fees. And it's applied to, okay, so we're going to 012 so the $25 is then applied to plus 19 years.
For funeral plans or $25 that
Are you reading the paper?
No, I already know I'm not that.
Well, now you have it,
Yeah, no, I will.
but just not on camera.
If you'd like me to.
No, it's good.
If you'd like me to react on camera, I can do
Did
that.
they charge you for it?
No, they did not.
So they're still telling you that you owe the 25 for the jury demand?
Does it show that it's been taken care of?
I don't see any jury fee listed at all in the fines and costs. So let me call accounting because it says specifically that it was applied. So maybe there's something I'm just not seeing.
No, I think they didn't do it. I think they mailed me a check,
You got the check?
and I think I lost it, so.
Okay. Call accounting.
You do need help, baby.
I know I didn't deposit it because I knew that I wasn't supposed to have it. So,
Just so you know, I don't think there's anything.
morning. Good. How are you doing today? Excellent. He doesn't know he's on camera. He's not reacting so hard, is he?
And I just want to confirm to see if that was done, because I believe he said that he actually received a $25 check in the mail, as opposed to it being applied to the other case.
And you're just thinking as well, because
So the case number is going to be 18G.
She just closed the door on you.
142.
She's been told to close doors after herself or something, I suppose.
Yes.
Or maybe she's just having fun because she's bored.
Spontaneously.
Spontaneously. What's this button?
Oh, that's my 999 society. I need to call those people and get back in that. It's the lowest cost 3 Sigma society. It's my high IQ. There's enough people in Colorado. There's several different ones at that level. There's different levels here. There's Mensa, but Mensa is just the top 2%. The 3 Sigma, 3 standard deviations above the mean is 1 out of 1,000. And I discovered that I qualified for one of those. There's other ones. There's the Society for Philosophical Inquiry, but you have to have done something as well as have.
Well, now that you've been arrested and had your case dismissed, you've done something.
But not in the way of, no, it's not much of a contribution to society. No, and I wonder about some of these tactics. Don't you think that there's some risk of telling Eric's audience to generalize, to, go out and challenge the police in this way? Because so few of them have the savvy that Eric Brandt brings to those confrontations.
This is your time. Your opportunity to tell them what's up. You are being given the channel.
Go learn English, learn civics, learn American civics, learn about the law, learn about politics. If you've already attained the age of 18 to 26 and you don't have that knowledge, you don't know what the law is, you don't know what your rights are, and are just enthused with the idea of resisting or challenging the police, you may come a cropper.
So what you're saying is that you need to educate yourself
Before
you activate. I absolutely agree. That's why there are so many, currently.
Be aware of the risks.
Right. So that's why there's a lot of
Arrest
environmental.
on false felony charges. And I knew this, and I did it anyway. But this does not mean that I want to make a general practice of it.
No,
Quite the opposite.
but it also doesn't mean that they were appropriate in their behaviors.
I would love to challenge every inappropriate behavior that I see, and I do it too much. Like my very weird car trip on local streets yesterday. That ended up with a screaming encounter with a guy in a white Jeep on Washington, just next to the Fillmore there, because they think people in the right lane. It's 2 lanes, Washington there, as you cross Colfax. People on the south side of Colfax at the light, even though there's 2 lanes and there's 2 cars right next to one another, the people in the right lane, many of them, think that when they proceed through the intersection, they can occupy part of the left lane, whether there's a car next to them or not. And that's what this guy did. And he was aided in that thinking that he was justified in moving over because there were orange cones in the gutter, not impeding the use of the lane, but in the gutter. But they do it anyway. But he felt particularly justified in taking up 1 foot of my lane as I tried to proceed down the street.
Thank you.
Because there were orange cones there. And we had I was screaming. And he was saying, he was very indignant because there were the orange cones. And so, of course, people don't believe they have to stay in their lane. This started out with the beginning of this road trip with the strange. I pulled onto Bayard. There's a guy in a pickup truck pulling a trailer. He's just starting to go over the middle line out of inattention, which people do all the time. More and more and more, it seems to me. It's very weird. And I blew my horn because I've decided to be really proactive on the horn. And he proceeded to come about a foot over into opposing traffic.
He has the jury fee that was released on this case. Back in April, he was here, and we talked to accounting, and they said that they could then apply it to this case. So I just called accounting. He stated that he received the check in the mail, which accounting did confirm. They did send out the $25, but they saw that it was not cash. So again, you said you think you lost that check. So it was never actually applied to this case. I called accounting to see if they could do that, but because this one, the jury demand isn't in here, they can apply it. Yes.
And it's probably because
Jury demand on that second case yet?
I haven't even pled yet, which is why the jury demand isn't open yet. I'm assuming.
Yeah, we're with that not guilty.
Then what's,
Scroll down a little further. So you haven't entered the not guilty yet?
No, I have been arraigned. I have not. Yes, I have appeared on it, but I have not. We're giving the government plenty of time to figure out that they should just drop the charges and walk away from it, and they haven't taken the time to do that yet.
Okay. Who's
Well,
that?
it's such a boring place. We have to be
So we have a jury demand back in April.
Oh, that would have been me, physically, personally saying I'd like it to perfect my jury right. Right? I guess that's a jury demand, right?
So yeah, he did do a jury demand. So what we do is we put the $25 as the fee category, which should free it up and for a client to apply it.
Wonderful. We always do regularly say that you are some of the best people in this block, so.
These clerks seem to have some idea of what they're doing, what the
They
procedures
do.
are, which is
They do. This is why we love the clerks. They are really good people. They get
some
it.
understand and some don't. These
So yeah,
know what's going on.
if they send you a check in, what they'll do if they're going to apply it to this case is they'll void that check.
Yeah.
So just don't leave it out anymore. Tie them over to this case.
They deputized that small child.
I see that.
Yes, that's too bad.
Well, you know, one day at a time.
You're not going to wish her
No, we will not. We will not wish the small child in the HF
her father by attack.
Yeah, and
TCD.
one thing for you real quick, so some judges are different with it, so if we do the jury demand and apply the $25, some judges, if the not guilty is entered, will basically deny it and then require the not guilty to enter first, but other judges will treat it differently, so I don't know which judge you have in this case or anything, but we'll
Cool.
apply it on.
Well, we'll find out Friday when I'm in court, and they'll say, "Oh, there's a jury demand perfected, and we have to continue it because we have a lack of discovery." So, yeah, wonderful. Thank you guys very much. Always appreciate you. Have a great day. You too. Thank you.
So this guy with the pickup truck pulls a foot into the lane of opposing traffic. My horn has been on at this point, and it's a very loud horn.
Yeah.
Then he jerks the wheel over. Okay, and then I.
Is he trying to hit you?
No, I say he jerks the wheel back to
Oh,
the right
okay.
all of a sudden. But I'm saying, first he was a little bit over the line, then he was like a foot over the line into opposing traffic while carrying a load. Inattention. He was with his phone. He was looking back.
Yeah.
Who knows what? But
Happens all the time.
well, yes, it does. But there's more of it, and there's people are failing to judge distance.
Yes, I'm trying to keep the distance on this properly as well.
People can't judge distance on the right. People drive up to intersections on residential streets, allowing 2 feet on their right clearance between their vehicle and parked cars. And that means that people turning right onto those streets can't, and people stop mid-turn. This happened later in this series.
Hi.
How's it going?
Great. How are you doing?
Doing well, thank you.
Ms. Chavez, what's going on?
Yes, unfortunately, there's no recording in the courthouse.
Do you have a signed court order that's been applied in this room that they can print and publish?
Not
Actually,
apply.
it's a building policy, and I'm going to have to
Yes.
ask you to leave if you don't stop recording.
If that policy is wrong, it needs to be corrected.
Again,
Do you-
I'm not permitting you from the building. I'm permitting you from recording in the building.
Can't
so again,
record
I have to
in
ask
the
you to leave.
courtrooms. This is not a courtroom. You can't prohibit
It's a
recording in a public
courthouse, and it
space.
is a building policy. Do you need help on getting out?
No, I
Okay.
don't need any help on getting
Awesome.
out, and
Do
I'm
you
not
need help
filming
on
it.
No, I'm good, thank you.
Or
Okay, can you
videoing
turn off
anyone
the
either.
recorder?
I'm not recording.
You're not recording?
No.
Are you sure about that?
I'm sure I'm not recording. I'm sure I'm live streaming.
You're live. Okay, same.
So there's a
thing.
difference, actually.
Okay, so no live streaming in the courthouse.
I don't think that there's a court order on that.
There is a court order, and it's not. A
Can
court
you
order.
show it to me?
The court order applies
You have
to
it.
rooms,
I've
not the
probably showed it to you
courthouse.
multiple times. Again, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave the courthouse.
Okay,
All right.
let's go. Name, badge number. Badge number. Name. I can't read.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, it's there. You can live stream.
What's your badge number, sir?
What? You can live? Did you say
Is
you
that
could
live
live
stream?
stream?
Correct?
What's your badge number, sir?
1186.
Thank you.
Amazing.
What's your last name?
Okay, so I don't see an ISO 9001
but I would like to look at it.
some kind of certification
Okay,
on the bottom of
you
the
guys need
page.
I don't need any help. I am not streaming or videoing.
That's awesome.
I don't need you to be anywhere
Okay,
near
let's
me.
go. Come on, grab your helmet.
A piece of paper.
I'm sorry. I was
me
trying
walk
to.
outside.
Can you not touch me,
You
please?
have to go this way.
Can I go out the doors?
Yeah, go this
That's
way.
where I'm going.
All right, have a good day, sir.
Please stop touching me,
Okay,
ma'am.
you gotta go this way, okay? Multiple times.
I understand, but you don't have to touch me.
That's true.
Thank you so much.
Have a great day. Keep going. Right behind you, sir. You're gonna run into a cop.
They can't read their own order. It doesn't. It says specifically.
No, I'm asking you to leave.
It says specific.
Okay. Keep going. Keep going. Almost there.
What does it say specifically?
Except as outlined in this section, the recording of audio, still, and video images, and/or the transmission of audio, still, or video photography, collectively referred
this
to
way.
as AV recording by any person
Right
or
over here.
organization.
Why are you touching me?
There you are.
Why are you touching me?
I'm actually escorting you, and I'm allowed to do that. So right over here.
You having fun with
There you
that?
go. I am. Thank
good.
you. Right over here. I'm having a great day.
You are.
Yep.
Fantastic.
You
There
should
you
have
are.
this job if you have such a
Keep
poor
Keep
law.
going. Keep going.
so much.
Bye, guys. Have a good day.
Hey, you have a wonderful day as well.
Thank you. See ya.
Thank you.
Will you let go of the door, please?
Huh? I'm sorry?
Let go of the
I'm not touching the door.
Awesome. You're touching
Oh, my
the
foot's in the door. It is in the door.
You guys have a great day.
Hey, thank you. Absolutely.
Folks need to get out of this public building and go to jail.
Absolutely. Now it's considered to be trespassing. Do I need a car out for trespassing?
I'm not in the building.
You guys are lit. You're touching the door. Actually, outside of these barriers is where you need to be. Outside of the barriers, and you know this.
Come on, sir.
All right. Do you need me to call a
Been
car
asked
out?
now 8 times.
That'll
sir.
be a trespassing charge.
keep
Yes.
going.
Trespassing charge.
I'm not handing out any leaflets. I'm not.
You have to be past that barrier.
I
and
do
you
not
know that,
have to be
okay?
past that barrier.
Okay.
I do not have to be past the barrier. Happy fuck the cops day.
Take care. God bless.
God bless you too.
Satan will claim you soon.
So much for the happy, fun, nice, calm, relaxed environment.
Right, you nearly got us arrested there.
I know, right?
They were trying to touch me. They almost touched me.
They were touching me.
They were. I almost.
I got handled. I got bumped by a cop. I know. So that's
Can you
it's
sue them now? Are you going to sue them?
no.
No.
I'm gonna go on with my daily life. Look, it's 9 o'clock and I haven't even caused any trouble yet.
You've only nearly been arrested once.
No, I'm enjoying the pushing of the boundary for sure, and she definitely was chuckling with me. She's getting her piped up energy today, and I was getting my piped up energy today.
No, she did not. She was smiling at first, but then they were
I know.
ready to push you right out.
I know.
the door.
It's because I was challenging
And
their
me too.
authority.
And me too.
Right? And the point of putting you in that scene specifically was that she was in the camera, and I was just enjoying sitting there and filming her because she's pushed me out the building.
Did you hear
before.
that one beefy cop asking me where I grew up? Where I grew up? We don't know.
Oh God, that's funny.
I guess it was not here, and he may be a native. That might be what the motivation was behind that, but who knows?
Who knows? Anyway, guys, we're gonna let you go. Yeah, I know, right?
I could
Thanks, Otto.
see if Robert J. Corey is in. But there wouldn't be all that edifying. I tried to get Robert J. Corey to talk to me about this case, and I couldn't get any response out of him. He's a cannabis attorney from way back, and
I need a cannabis attorney.
he has argued ably. He is an able attorney, but he has a checkered past.
I see. Well, guys, that was fun, right? So we've gone on to carry on our wins today, and we've done it with some class and some style and some laughter, and now we're going to carry on with things. Hope you all